Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are exploring one of Colorado's most incredible yet underestimated destinations, the San Luis Valley and the Great Sand Dunes National Park. This place is absolutely mind-blowing and the views are incredible. We've got North America's tallest sand dunes nestled right up against the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. It's like someone dropped a piece of the Sahara Desert right in the middle of Colorado. Let's go check it out. So we are traveling through the St. Louis Valley. We just left Del Norte and we are heading for Salida. So right over here are the Great Sand Dunes, and to our left is the Rio Grande River. So the Rio Grande River starts up in these mountains over here on the west side of the valley in Creed. And then you probably can't see, but right over here are the Great Sand Dunes.
They're great.
They're great. So this time of year this valley is just absolutely beautiful. So it's the San Luis Valley. A lot of history here. And if you can come here in the wintertime, you should, because that's when the views are just spectacular. So, right there are the sand dunes, the Great Sand Dunes. And they have a dusting of snow on them. So we are headed south from Denver, about a 4-hour drive through some gorgeous Colorado scenery. The San Luis Valley is actually one of the largest high desert valleys in the world, sitting about around 7,500 feet in elevation. What's really cool about this area is how the landscape transforms. You go from mountain passes to this massive flat valley that stretches over 8,000 square miles between two mountain ranges. As we are coming into the valley, check out those amazing mountains on the east side. That's the Sangre de Cristo Range. The name means blood of Christ in Spanish, and at sunset, you'll see exactly why when they turn this amazing reddish color. We're almost there. The anticipation is building. We are on our way to the Great Sand Dunes. We have been here in all types of weather, anywhere from sizzling hot to snow on the ground. This trip is in early March, so we can attend the Monte Vista Sand Hill Crane Festival. Whoa, there they are. Look at that. It doesn't even look real. It's like we've been transported to another planet. See all the people, like little ants. They call this the wilderness area. You can hike up to the dunes. There's many people up on the top. But it's really cold right now. My kids are out there right now, but I'm staying behind with Mr. Martini, who can't walk this. And it's like probably about 30 degrees right now. We had a big snowstorm come through. You can see part of it snowing right there in the mountains. These are the Santa Grande Cristo Mountains. And this usually has water coming down from the mountains right here. So in the summertime you can play in the creeks and stuff. But the last time I was here, it was like 110 degrees and it was miserable, absolutely miserable. So sometimes you get good weather, sometimes you don't. And these tracks here, going up these tracks, because these look like animal tracks. No, those are human. For a second there, I thought those were deer tracks. So you do see deer here, bison. There's a herd of bison. They're usually out in this area out here. This is this San Luis Valley right here. And we're actually here this weekend for the Monte Vista Sandhill Crane Festival. So sandhill cranes, if you're not familiar with them, are huge birds. They fly in here to mate, that by the thousands. They're everywhere. And so we're here for that festival, but it's just been really cold on this trip. Believe it or not, it's actually starting to snow on me. I've got little flakes coming down. Oh. My adult kids are out there, but they're pretty bundled. They're Coloradans. They know how to hike out in the wilderness and out in the elements. You can see some people over there, they're sledding. Your pooches are welcome here. I'm not sure about the summertime if they are. Also too, this is what is called a dark park. I think that's the phrase they use. And there's just no lights out in this valley. I mean, there's hardly anything out in this San Luis Valley. It's not real populated. So it gets very dark out here. And you can see the stars just like you wouldn't believe. It's absolutely beautiful at night here. So it's a great place for astrophotography and stargazing. So definitely bring your telescopes with you. So even though it's snowing over here, you can see how many people come out here and in the wintertime. A quick bit of science for you. These dunes formed over thousands of years. Sand from the Rio Grande riverbed and surrounding mountains gets blown by prevailing winds towards this natural pocket against the mountains. And voila! Over time, you get the tallest dunes in North America. The dunes cover about 30 square miles, and the tallest one, Star Dune, reaches about 750 feet high. That might not sound huge compared to mountains, but trust me, when you are climbing up a sand dune, every foot feels like 10. Depending on the time of year you visit, you might need to cross a creek to reach the dunes. Spring and early summer usually have the highest flow when the snow is melting. The creek creates this really unique phenomenon called surge flow, where the water comes in waves every few seconds. If you want an amazing view of the dunes and the San Luis Valley, drive up to the Zapata Falls parking lot. So we're up on the top of the San Luis Valley, looking onto the Great Sand Dunes. We're up where Zapata Falls is. We're not going to be hiking up to the falls. My kids might, but but we're not going to, just for orthopedic reasons. But the view up here is absolutely gorgeous. So make sure you stop at Russell Lakes Wildlife Reserve. It is one of the most spectacular views, and you can get a ton of pictures. There's the great sand dunes right there. So this is one of our favorite places to stop and, you know, have lunch, especially this time of year. So they have a really nice trail here where you can go out and stretch your legs. There's birds here during season that usually around March you start seeing the sandhill cranes. Up in the East Mountains area is Creed, and that's where it's an old mining town, very historic, and that's where the Rio Grande River starts. Out that way is Salida, that's where we're heading, which is one of my favorite towns. I've just always liked Salida. But going that way, you can also go through Breckenridge and end up at I-70. But we go through Salida, and then we, at Buena Vista, we catch the 285 to go into the Denver area. South Park is also out this way. Yes, there is a real South Park, and this is where it is. So you can't beat these views. Again, that's where, right in this area is where the sand dunes are. And they just go on and on and on and on. They're just beautiful. Back this way, these are the San Juans. That's where we just came from. On the other side of those mountains, you'll find Durango. We're actually coming from Chaco Canyon, so we came from New Mexico, the northern part of New Mexico, and visited Chaco Canyon. This is Del Norte, where you can see buffalo. So when you go through Del Norte, if you're coming from Denver to get to Durango, Del Norte has herds of buffalo. There's one on the west side of town, and there's also some more buffalo on the east side of town as you enter it, coming from the Denver side. But I'm sure they move them around as the seasons roll around. But definitely stop and take some pictures. I was able to get some wonderful pictures. There was this fresh coat of snow, and it was just beautiful. So we just turned on to the 285 in Saguache, and I'm sure you're wondering how to pronounce that, and it is Saguache. So the word Saguache is actually a Native American word, a Ute. It means water at the blue earth. Cheese dog. We're at Worth the Drive Bakery, and it is out of the way, just outside of Monte Vista in the San Luis Valley, and so it's supposed to be so good. You're fine. Bacon cheddar bread, jalapeno, garlic cheese bread. Well, it's like a monkey bread almost. So there's bacon cheddar. Look at what I see. It's a beaver. Oh wait, where'd he go? He went under the water. See the beaver? We're at the Monte Vista Bird Festival. Here are all the birds. And he just all of a sudden appeared. See if I can get him a little bit better. Hear all the birds. We have a bunch of coots around us and blackbirds. We're here to see sandhill cranes though, but we're seeing all these other animals. Oh, he's so cool. I've never seen a beaver.